So round 2, the ban list came out. And, oh my god, let me tell you, it's a banger. I'm really satisfied with this list. Ban list was crazy, right? It came in, middle of the round, everybody's energy changes and they're talking about it. I take a look, I actually look at it right away pretty much. I'm going to go over it. I'm going to go over my thoughts for you guys. Forbidden Limitless card levy, effective from June 5th, 2023. That's next week here. We have number 89, Diablosis the Mind Hacker, popping up as the front card here. Thank God this card is gone, man. One of the second prize cards to actually catch a ban. Cyberstein on the same list too, getting banned yet again. But Diablosis, the Mind Hacker, was oppressive for the Kashtira deck. I think it's really what made it over the top. Like, you're losing cards off the top of your deck that are maybe integral to your engine. So some games just become straight up to like a gamble of when they banish the 5 cards off the top of their deck for turn 1, did they hit anything that just made you auto lose the game? Definitely been in that position a couple times, banishing like a fountain or something like that. It feels really bad. Also being able to be the single easiest card to lock up zones from your opponent. I think Kashtira is definitely going to change their note a little bit with this ban list. I still think it's going to be an incredible deck. Do not get me wrong. Anybody that thinks otherwise, like Kashtira is dead, is out of their mind. I think the Kashtira deck is still going to be fantastic after this ban list. They're just going to have to change up their strategy a little bit. Cyberstein, like I said, one of the first SJC cards ever banned, emergency banned back in the day for its powerful combos with Blue Eyes, Alternative Dragon, and Megamorph, has now hit the ban hammer again for this format. I don't know exactly the FTK tied to it, but I'm pretty sure it's in Super Heavy Samurai. I should have asked Bean Soldier before. He could have told me. I'm pretty sure you search Cyberstein with Gear Gigant X, which is an old school card that I'm a big fan of, right? But you can pick up the Cyberstein off the Gigant X, summon it, and I'm pretty sure this results in an FTK through Dimensional Shifter and stuff like that. Very scary stuff, man, to see from Cyberstein. You still see Cyberstein today, and Master Duel even wreaking some havoc with Elf, summoning Naturia Exterio, sometimes locking up a tier limit mirror match. It's really interesting. It's a really good card. Curious to see if that maybe translate over to the Master Duel after we see maybe an Elf ban coming up. Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow. Man, can I get some 07s for my boy Bean Soldier TV in chat, bro? Bean Soldier was so stoked to play his Super Heavy Samurai deck that he built. And he had a really solid list. And, bro, it's just crumbled. Samurai Scarecrow is the Link 1. Everybody knows Link 1s are already insane. Like, it turns your crossbow into a free plus, like, 3. And there's no replacement for it. Like, Almirage doesn't replace for it because the crossbow's too big. Can't link it off for that. So, Super Heavy Samurai Scarecrow being banned, I think, actually puts that deck in a really rough position. I don't doubt that there's still plays with it, but it might just be cope. I feel like having a Link 1 in your arsenal really makes a deck, can really take it from a tier 3 status to a tier 1 with the right card. So removing that from the card pool, I feel like just maybe puts you back down. A Pointer of the Red Lotus is forbidden. Thank God. I still actually think to this day that Bean Soldier telling me it's literally just trap does shoot, but like better. It is. And especially with a card like Thrust around, being able to thrust into a pointer. Disgusting. So having that ban, pretty necessity. An Expulsion ban too. This is really good because I ended up hearing Pack. He was talking about it. He was saying that people could summon the Gimmick Puppet from the Banish Zone, and that was the play you should be doing to dodge pretty much any interruption. And if you summon the Gimmick Puppet from the Banish Zone, there's no interruption for that. Still do the same kind of locks and stuff with your branded deck, but the thing is, it's going to be way more easier to interrupt with cards like Bestials. I think Droplet's an easy way to stop it and stuff like that too. So it definitely becomes a lot more manageable. Yeah, very happy with all these knocks to 0. Definitely, I think, justified, and I really feel like 0 was the choice for all of them. Really impressive, man. Crazy to see 2 prize cards on there, honestly. On to the limited. Big limited list. Blaster, Dragon Ruler of the Infernos, is now limited. I think that's pretty neat. I don't think it'll particularly do anything. Circular to 1 is insane, though, man. Mathmech just getting a little bit of new support and having Circular, their best card, go to 1. I still don't think that's going to completely count the deck out, but it's definitely going to make opening the Circular a little less consistent. Now, if my opponent's going to activate Signet Mining and pitch a card, I might be a little bit more inclined to Ash it. Good luck getting your 1 Circular. Sorry. But it is just a really good card, man. It does everything. Sending like Sigma from the deck to get your line started, free special summon, Searcher of Superfactorial, just actually is the whole deck in one card. I am so happy Gamma's at 1. I am so happy Gamma's at 1. Shut up! I know you are too, bro. The amount of times that I felt like I would get sacked, hitting my opponent with the Ash Blossom on their Pot of Extravagance. And they go, all right, Psy-Frame Gamma. And I'm like, I've just lost the duel. And it doesn't help that Gamma got way better not on by itself. Now with the new Stardust Excel Synchron being able to bring back Gamma and make a Baron turn 1, it's the ultimate punish. It's the ultimate punish. Like, like, negating an Ashe, making a Baron to Fleur is GG where I'm from, bro. That's crazy. Like, I feel like that shouldn't be able to happen. And now it can't. If you play one Gamma, one Driver, you are an insano. I will say it, bro. An absolute insano. Have fun drawing Driver. Denglong back to limited. I'm curious about what people are going to find with this. I don't know if there's actually anything crazy with it. Maybe Sword Soul's been cooking up something. A Rise Heart to 1 is also really good. Now, if you out the one of them, it should be a lot easier to play against the Kashtira deck because being able to make the second one is just insane. A lot of decks just got simply like outclassed in the game because of the existence of specifically a Rise Heart. Having a macro Cosmos type effect can really fuck up a lot of decks' days. So I think things like Tier Limit and stuff might actually make a comeback. Pearly Delicious Memory. Oh, rip. Like, which one's Delicious Memory? I'm going to sound like an idiot. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Oh, so is this the OTK card? This is the OTK card. I don't feel like it completely, like, destroys the deck, though. Like, the deck wasn't just an OTK deck, right? The deck still has a lot of cool things going for it, and we've barely scratched the surface of some of the support. I'm pretty sure there's, like, a really insane trap card coming out around the corner that should make this deck, like, still genuinely really scary to play against. We'll see where Pearly's at, I think, after the new support. I think they got some really good support coming out. And then Sacred Cheater 1 actually kind of hurts. I think the Naturia deck is kind of dead at that point, actually. When you open, like, a Runic card plus Naturia Sacred Tree, it's, like, plus 20. Like, it feels like you're winning the game. You pitch Sacred Tree, and you can get Camilla, and then Camilla can summon, and you can dump another Sacred Tree to get Blessing. Typically, that's what can get you, like, into Baron to Fleur. With this, you only have one Sacred Tree. So if I open Sacred Tree plus, like, a Runic card, great, I can get Camilla, but there is no follow-up. There's nothing. You have that Camilla, and that Camilla can't be used. It can't be moved off the board or anything like that because then your Naturia engine's been broken. It really is actually the killer, I think, there. That card is what gave you the longevity to actually be able to use the deck as an engine. I still think there's tons of surprise. We'll go to the semi-limits. Runic Fountains at 2 for some reason, which doesn't do anything. I really think there's still a lot of Runic decks out there that are absolutely insane to play. Runic for Hire is one on my mind in particular that I think is kind of really good. Herald of the Orange Light has gone to 2, which is pretty cool. I think that maybe Drytron might be able to pick that up, be a contender, actually. Kashtira Unicorn to 2 just for a little bit of consistency hit on Kashtira. I think that's fine. Lightning Storm to 2 is kind of... Why? Why is LS at 2? It doesn't change anything. Your extra deck is... I mean, your side deck's still going to look like Feather Duster double Lightning Storm. Like, that doesn't change. And then we got the banger, bro. Engage back to 2. Sky Striker Mobilize, Engage back to 2. I'm stoked, man. I love the Sky Striker deck. People are tired of it. I don't care. I think the deck is super sick. And it's a really cool deck that rewards good play. It rewards, like, actual, like, really knowledgeable play and understanding when to use cards. Sprite Starter at 2 is the only hit for Sprite, which makes Sprite pretty terrifying. I'm not going to lie. You're getting starter anyways off Jet and stuff like that. I guess the only thing is like, if I stop your normal summon, Diva, Beaver, or something like that, like, you better have the Jet or you better have the blue to be able to extend. Because if I stop that normal summon and starter was your only way to extend, you donezo, bro. You donezo. I don't know how I feel about semi-limits in general. This seems like an impactful one. Like, Engage to 2 seems like an impactful one. And, like, these middling ones just seem kind of weird. On to the Unlimits, the 3s. Blackwing Sting the Cloak at 3. I don't know if this is actually good, I'm going to be honest. I've always seen this card as just a Halka Fibrax summon, and that's because I'm an idiot. That's all I'll see it as. Gen X Ally Birdman to 3. This is only good with Quakimeru Doom, which is like a 2015 loop or something like that. Older than that, maybe, bro. It's no longer good. I don't think anybody cares about Birdman at 3. Samsara Lotus is like FTK fuel. I think the last time they used it, it was like with the Arcana Force the World or something like that. I don't think this matters. I don't think this matters. Everybody's going to say that until somebody finds something wacky with it, but I really don't think that matters. Quick Fix at 3 is actually a huge jump from 2. And I still don't think it makes Spiral playable, but this makes Quick Fix a machine dupe target, which I think alone is a really big deal. Again, Spiral's one card. Bring back the plan, and it's easily a tier 1 deck again. Especially in this state with Quick Fix at 2. Recital Starling to 3 was bound to happen. I don't think that's a big deal. I think since it's been to 2, that's the only thing where it's like, when it's a 2, you can use it for a number F0. Having it at 3 doesn't matter. Draco Face Off to 3 actually is a card that's very interesting. We haven't seen this card at 3 in a long time, but I wonder how good it is nowadays. What kind of pendulum deck is actually able to use it. The Draco Lusters haven't been great since like release. No, they were good a little bit after release. What I'm talking about, but I just feel like I don't know. I feel like this card might be just a victim of the times. Maybe it's not good enough, or maybe it doesn't have a home. And then I think the biggest card of the list is probably Mecha Module's multi-rule. Multi-rule's back at 3 now, which is just like insane. Like multi-rule's actually a ridiculous card. It says like your opponent can't respond to spells. I send something to the graveyard. Sometimes if you use it with the field spell, it's a starter. It really is the card that like does it all. And it's got me inspired to play Striker again this format. I really want to pick up the deck again and see what I can do with it. I've actually got a build that I'm going to be bringing to locals tomorrow, and I'll be live streaming. So you guys don't want to miss that. It'll be really fun. My locals decided to do new format tomorrow. Let's go. Multi-World made someone I know quit Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, they're not returning anytime soon. So they're not returning anytime soon. Overall, I like the list. It got me excited. After it got released round 2, I couldn't stop saying outside, like, guys, I'm just stoked to play. Like, I want to get in there, and I just want to, like, brew. And this has, like, reignited that spark for me. Like, I want to get out the locals and actually go with 10 now because the format's exciting. It's different. So, I've got something cooked up for tomorrow. GG Yu-Gi-Oh! Helped me out with the list. We'll be bringing that. Should be really exciting. Really cool list. I'm a really big fan of it. I'm excited to see how the format shapes up.